I've got the best band, I got the best artist, I got the best producer. It's kind of like taking your show on the road. We've been playing Broadway in Carson City for 28 years, and we decided to take the show on the road.
Get chefs from all over the world. I mean, I have chefs coming in from Italy, Ireland, Australia, Japan, China. It's a great venue, and I think chefs, when they understand what the James Beard's House is all about, is one of the big thrills for them to come here and to cook.
When I first heard about Charlie being nominated for the James Beard Award, I thought, well, I need to go be part of this because it is quite an achievement for anybody to be recognized at this level. And we've been friends since we were kids, so I just felt like I had to be here. It's part of the family thing.
Yeah, let's put it all together.
When we put the parsley away, see if we can find a bowl to put the parsley and water in the refrigerator, okay?
First of all, just the experience of being here in New York at the James Beard House is pretty much a dream come true. I only started working with Charlie maybe about a year ago. I've never really, in my wildest dreams, had the idea or even the thought of the opportunity to be here. So for me, it's very almost overwhelming.
So all that stuff is going to be, try to keep everything organized. Yeah, I got it. And then we're going to have a herb shelf and a vegetable shelf. You could probably keep out some celery, carrots, and onions starting for a veggie stock, which we're going to start sap, okay?
I've been playing music at Adele's on Tuesday nights for
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, I believe.
And I've been there a little over 2 years. So it's November now. A year ago, he came to me and said, I've been invited to cook at the James Beard House. And I said, right. Aren't you excited? He said, yes. And he said, and I would like you to be part of that team. I said, me? And he said, yes. And I said, oh, I'm not worthy of that. And he says, well, I can't say that on tape, what he said. Bottom line was, he said, if you weren't worthy of going there, I wouldn't be asking you. So here we are.
He died in 1985, so I've been here ever since. I used to welcome all Mr. Beard's friends, and I do the same thing here. Welcome all the chefs from all over the world. Before she died, Julia Childs, I was her assistant for a long time, Jack Papan's assistant for a long time, and also Simone Beck, Mata Jaffrey, the Indian chef up the street, and there's a lot of chefs. Well, there's not too much of a change. The only change is that he ain't here to see and to enjoy what's going on, because Mr. Beard always loved good food. He used to say, good food, good drinks, and good people. picture on the wall here. You see the picture on the wall here. See, that's in the kitchen. We had 4 people doing the bread, 4 people doing the salad, and 4 people doing the meat for the night cooking class, because they had to cook that stuff and eat it themselves. And so I was pointing to him, and I says, no, now she's wrong. If she's gonna make that bread, you don't use 2 forks. You use your hands to pick that up so you can feel that substance. I said, remember that? And he said, I'll be damned, you're right. And that was the picture.
I lied again. I need you one more time to show. That plate for the
Oh, yeah.
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then would it be set at, with this at 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock? You're setting it out on the,
I think we ought to.
Absolutely. You're not going to set it the other way.
I just want to make sure. You want to see it the other way?
Square the leaf up to the.
I don't think that's going to be as dramatic. And I don't think it works.
It was bad either.
I mean, that's an odd, large leaf. Most leaves are not that big.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's my designer?
Karen?
We need a designer.
I'm Karen Abad, and I'm Charlie's wife, and his liaison between the staff and the kitchen and the public. My role has been either remodeling or helping with decisions in terms of refurbishing the restaurant. When we took on the restaurant 6 years ago, our first attempt to change its face to kind of make it more our own was to add on the veranda. And that was a mutual decision after a trip to New Orleans that inspired us.
You come in, what you see is it's a beautiful. It looks like you're entering someone's beautiful living room. It's decorated all in Victorian style. When you come in, there's a beautiful fireplace. In the wintertime, it's lit, so it feels almost like you're coming home.
We have a great clientele. Some brand new. Some of the people are from years back, from when Paul and Adele originally started the restaurant. I watched the place change from being 3 little dining rooms to now building on the lounge, the veranda, a new wine room. I was there before there was no wine room. That used to be Paul and Adele's living room.
Paul used to own a restaurant on Telegraph Avenue in Oakland, and my mother worked for Charlie's dad, Paul, when I was a very small child. I mean 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. And I remember the Oakland parades, and that we would go down to Uncle Paul's and have a roast beef sandwich and sit in the front window and watch the parade go by. And it was one of my fondest memories as a child, is spending time with Paul. And Eddie, at that time, was part of that restaurant. And my mom had worked there as well.
Charlie was insisting that he follow my footsteps. Though I was not encouraging it, I didn't want that to happen because it's such a difficult life, because you're so dedicated. I was so dedicated to this business that personal life of my own was probably compromised considerably. And I didn't want that to happen to my son. And I tried to discourage him from following my footsteps because of that limitation of your own personal life. But he refused me completely and denying me the opportunity to show him that life was better outside the restaurant industry. But he did come to Carson City and joined my wife and I, and from that point on he continued.
Food is art, as a painter is a painter, food is in the same area as music, art, acting. Like a musician or like an actor or actress, hopefully sometime in your life you're invited to perform on Broadway, and that's what James Beard Foundation is for us, is performing on Broadway. I don't know what I'm taking home to Carson City yet. It's not over yet. But I know that we have brought a lot of Carson City to New York. What we've brought to New York was that, one, that good food could be found anywhere, and two, that Carson City, then the culinary aspects and the arts, is a significant town.
I come from Southern California mostly, and to move up to a place like Carson City, Nevada, and to find this type of dining is just it's an amazing deal for Carson City, the state of Nevada, and all of us.
Carson City has a lot to offer, and in a lot of ways I'm carrying that banner. We're carrying that banner as a team into New York.
A few years back, when Steve Wynn was getting ready to open up Picasso's in Las Vegas, he asked Charlie to open that restaurant. And we had a family meeting and decided at that time that we weren't going to do that, that Carson City was our home. We enjoyed being here. We wanted to be here. And from that point forward, we just continue to try and improve what we do and make it home for all of our employees. And we're very fortunate to have employees that have been with us for 26 years, 20 years, 15 years. You don't hear about that very much.
Well, I've worked at Adele's for about 12 or 15 years. I really enjoyed Charlie and Karen and Adele and Paul. It's been a great experience.
I've been at Adele's on and off for about 10 or 11 years.
And Ellen's been with Charlie since about 1995, I believe it is. 94.
Oh, this is all goofed up. 1987, honey. I think.
I know my wife. I've been there since 1986.
Hi, I'm Sheila, and I've been a waitress at Adele's for 25, 26 years now. Anytime you waitress, it's a tough job. Hungry people can be mean people. It's one of the pleasures of working at Adele's. When you have a chef and owner who buys the best of product and knows how to prepare it, it makes my job so much easier.
I really take great pride in what I do and in the food that Charlie serves there, so it makes me feel good to present this food and be able to tell people specials and give them this dining experience that they get at Adele.
Charlie and I have always seemed to get along very well. We have a certain understanding of what each other's strengths are, what each other's weaknesses are. Charlie will come up with a particular idea, and one of my jobs is kind of research and development.
I find that in the 2 years of working there that he challenges me a lot. And I'll say, well, how do you do that? Do you know how to do that? He goes, no, I don't know how to do that. You find out. And so, like, for example, the desserts, the ice cream, he said, I want to have mango ice cream, watermelon ice cream, and vanilla ice cream. Well, everybody knows how to make vanilla ice cream. And then he said, by the way, I don't want any egg in it. no egg in the ice cream. So I was challenged to figure out what kind of thickener I could use to make it creamy like a custard.
We always try to do new things, introducing new ingredients, new methods, just to try to keep things fun and different. So every day is different. It's not a factory job. It's a chipotle jelly confetti. We call it spicy gummy worm.
They're constantly growing and constantly improving, which again is another joy of being there. They're a very family-oriented restaurant. We're closed holidays. I get to stay home for Christmas, Thanksgiving, have it with my own family. That's another joy.
And we're also very fortunate to have employees that are couples. It's nice. It's a really real family environment.
Well, we have Dan and Michelle Palmer, who are working with us in our kitchen. That's one of the couples. Then we have Jamie Watts and Tony Fish. And we have Dan
And Jennifer.
and Jennifer. So that's 3.
Yep. Well, and Charlie